This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan, along with Wendy Ross, who's in for John Scalzi. And yeah, that Dante's Den, I was there when she was deployed, and just an amazing place to be able to hold your pets. So it's one less thing you have to worry about while you are deployed and fighting for our freedom. So it's let's say more about that.
What they do.
It really is.
It's a wonderful program. Have you been out there to see the facility?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's
I wanted to live there. It was so nice. I wanted to move in.
No, the doggy
we can't
pool.
swim in that.
And it looks like a big bone. You know,
Yes.
it's shaped like a big bone.
So much fun.
You okay?
Oh,
Heimlich maneuver?
no, I need a Heimlich, I think.
We're here for you, Wendy.
Thank you so much. I need it. Well, we are looking at some pop-up rains that have showed up on the coastal sections this morning because we've had a shift in the winds. That high-pressure system I was talking about yesterday has shifted down to the south, and so we're starting to see more of an onshore flow of air, and that's helping to set up some showers out there. So this morning, if you look outside, you might even see some lightning.
Wow. See, she brings the rain. We were waiting
Eventually.
for it. We were waiting for it, but she brought it.
It took a long time.
Yes.
Did you notice?
Yes.
It's okay, Wendy.
I'm okay. So this is what it looks like. Oh my gosh, we've got some cloud cover out there, and we are looking at some of that cloudiness that's taking place right now. But for the most part, we are going to be seeing some of these pop-up showers coming on through, and we are going to be looking at temperatures that are going to be very nice at the beaches today. We are going to be seeing our readings around 88 degrees. We've got a couple of showers that are located out in the waterways right now, but it's not producing much of anything. 1 to 2 foot seas with a light chop. Winds start out of the south, and they shift around to be out of the southwest around 5 to 10 knots later on this afternoon.
Thank you, Wendy, and make sure you feel better. And coming up, looking at the traffic here, everything seems to be moving along in Palmetto, Bradenton, Manatee County as a whole. Everything is going without a hitch this morning thus far as you move down into Sarasota County. No issues or delays there. You see some hot spots, but that's just traffic lights this early in the morning. No volume to speak of at 5:03 in the morning, all the way down through South County. Everything seems to be moving along.
All right, well, topping our news this morning, terrorist attacks shaking the U.S.'s ally, Turkey.
The death toll currently standing at 36, while more than 140 are injured after an assault by suicide bombers at the airport in Istanbul. At one of the world's busiest airports, bodies littered the ground. The unspeakable, a terrorist attack in Istanbul, Turkey during the final days of Ramadan, considered to be especially holy.
I saw people falling when I was coming down the steps. There was blood.
3 attackers arrived by taxi armed with assault weapons detected by police. One opened fire, at least 3 bombs detonated.
People were shooting on one side, and we all ran the other way. And then the bombs went off, and people started running the other way. And there's more.
Adam Keeley, a Boston tourist, witnessed the attack.
People were very badly injured. Like, one guy had holes in his back from shrapnel. From glass.
The massive blast apparently captured in this video posted online.
Daesh.
Turkey's prime minister believes ISIS was behind the attack. No group has yet come forward, but ISIS had threatened Turkey not to support U.S.-led operations in Iraq and Syria. Here in the U.S., many airports on heightened alert. An immediate halt ordered on all flights between the U.S. and Istanbul. The Turkish attack is eerily similar to the attack in Brussels just 3 months ago, which began at the entrance to the airport. In Turkey, there is security at the entrance, but there isn't at most U.S. airports, which is prompting renewed calls for changes to airport security right here in the U.S.
And back here on the Suncoast, a day-long SWAT standoff with an armed gunman ends with a man taking his own life. Sarasota County deputies were attempting to issue an arrest warrant for drug charges when the suspect barricaded himself in his house and vowed not to go back to jail. Hundreds of neighbors were kept from their homes throughout the afternoon during the standoff.
It's just a shock. I mean, everybody's always quiet. They are quiet here. And I mean, I've lived here for 40 years and never any problems.
Hours after communication with the man dropped off, Deputies entered the house and found him dead. His name has not yet been released. Meanwhile, the Sarasota Police Department continues its crackdown on human trafficking. Officers with the Street Crimes Unit are handing out letters to many hotels along the North Trail in hopes of getting their help. The letter is asking the hotel owners to join forces with them to tackle the enormous problem of sex trafficking. Police officers visited 20 hotels and motels on Tamiami Trail and University Parkway yesterday.
We have information that some of the hotels are involved in criminal activity where they may be letting prostitutes inside of the room, renting to locals by the hour.
Officers say they'll keep fighting this human trafficking problem aggressively and plan to follow up with the motels and hotels again soon.
Manatee County Sheriff's detectives are investigating whether a skimming device was placed on an ATM. A customer reported seeing a possible skimmer at the SunTrust Bank on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard. Skimmers can steal your financial information from your credit and debit cards, and we'll provide you with an update on this particular incident when we learn more. Meanwhile, we're continuing to learn more about an animal abuse case in Manatee County. Court documents reveal 45 dogs under suspicion that they were bred for fighting were seized from 3 separate homes. The documents show search warrants were issued on June 14th at 2 homes in Bradenton and 1 in Palmetto. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies found 23 pit bulls at the home on 15th Street East, along with remains of several deceased dogs. At the home on 26th Avenue East, 19 dogs were removed, and at the house on 61st Street East, 3 dogs were seized. Manatee County Animal Services is overwhelmed and over capacity, trying to care for a majority of those dogs that were seized. The shelter in Palmetto is now caring for 184 dogs in total. Its normal capacity is 80. Other agencies, including the Humane Societies of Manatee and Sarasota County, are already coming in to help.
We're utilizing every available space that we have, including our conference rooms and hallways. But we want to make sure these animals' lives have some enrichment while they're here, in the meantime. So that's where volunteers can really help with both walking the animals or simply just spending some time with them.
As the Manatee County Sheriff's Office continues its investigation, Animal Services workers are encouraging those who would like to adopt to contact them at their shelter in Palmetto. Now, on a lighter note, it was a happy reunion for a dog owner at Dante's Den in Mayaca City yesterday.
Samantha Wall just returned from her first deployment with the U.S. Army. She spent the last year overseas while her dog Dozer was cared for by the staff of Dante's Den. ABC 7's Samantha Scioto was there for that reunion.
Big boy! Big boy! Hi, Bubba! Hi, big boy! Oh my gosh, I missed you.
It's a bittersweet moment. Dozer was our first Semper Paw dog that came to Dante's Den, and he's in our hearts. He's absolutely in our hearts. And I say it's bittersweet because we love him. We love him so much. And he's going home. He's going home to the woman who entrusted us with his safety and his well-being for a year. And she did a super service for us going over to Africa and protecting our country. And it was our honor to protect her dog while she was gone.
I missed you. I missed you. It's a transition for him just like it is for me because he's going to be in a new place, and as am I, so we're going to do it together. I didn't get to take him to the beach when he liked the water, but now that he's been here in the pool, I'm hoping he'll enjoy going to the beach with his sister, and we'll see how he does.
Definitely bittersweet because we come in, we're here with him every day, so he's like one of our dogs. We technically spend more time with these dogs than we do with our dogs at home, but extremely happy he gets to go home.
It's been a blessing. If it wasn't for this place, I would have had to get rid of him, and there was no way that I wanted to do that.
Oh, that was so incredible to see that reunion again.
Yeah, it is. And like the workers there say, the employees, it's bittersweet for them because they grow to love these dogs as well and know these dogs, and then you have to give them back. Obviously, it's for rough. Good reason. It was worth it. She was out there putting her life on the line for us, so she should get her dog back.
Agreed. Well, in other news this morning, it will be up to voters to decide whether the city of Venice can move ahead with building a new police station and training center.
The Sarasota Herald-Tribune is reporting that the City Council approved ballot language for a $16 million bond towards the project. It'll go on the November ballot, and that $16 million would come from property taxes over the next 30 years. The price initially proposed by consultants was $25 million, but city officials have dropped or adjusted certain aspects of that recommendation. And 2 departments in Manatee County are asking commissioners to consider funding more employees to keep up with growing population. Public Safety says more lifeguards, EMTs, and 911 call center employees are needed. The Public Works Department submitted its list with nearly 30 positions currently unfunded. The county says these salaries can only be funded through property tax revenue, which already serves a broad range of needs and services. One county commissioner says the proposed half-cent sales tax would help alleviate the pressure on that general fund.
This half-cent sales tax, if it happens, and the voters will decide, would help immensely because it would free up our general budget. Manatee County relies almost entirely on property taxes.
We gained 3 positions back last year, and our hopes is to try to fill those other 3 positions or try to get those back on our roster in the future.
Public hearings for the upcoming budget start in September, and residents will vote on the sales tax in November.
The Manatee County School District will set quite a record today in the fight against summer hunger. The district is celebrating serving its 1 millionth free summer meal today. So far this summer, the district has served 6,000 meals each day. The summer food program began in 2008, and as part of the programs, all children under the age of 18 are offered free breakfast, lunch, or snacks during the week. This celebration for the 1 millionth meal will be held this morning at 11:30 at Daughtry Elementary School, and that's on 63rd Avenue East in Bradenton. Meanwhile, some changes are on the way for the school district next school year, that is. During a workshop yesterday, the Manatee County School Board proposed changes to how high schoolers can enroll in college-level courses. With more students opting out of standardized tests, the board decided to give the school principals more discretion in deciding if students can take college-level courses, overriding the testing requirement. Students who meet district requirements and take the test will not need the principal's input. The board will vote on the proposal at the end of the month. And also in Manatee County, work is set to begin on demolishing the former Manatee Technical College campus. The Manatee County School Board has approved spending $1.5 million on a contract with a construction company to begin that demolition. The company will also locate existing utilities and determine what services can be left in place on that property. 2 buildings will be left on campus, which are used as a firing range for law enforcement and equipment storage. The district still wants to keep the property for educational purposes, which could include building a new elementary school. Another developer is looking to build an athletic center on the property.
And transportation officials are looking into how to make a stretch of 8th Avenue West in Bradenton safer for pedestrians. The Florida Department of Transportation has presented a plan to make more than $500,000 in improvements to the 4-lane road. The proposal includes adding several crosswalks, medians, landscaping, and fencing. A public hearing on this project will be held on July 14th at 5 in the afternoon. It'll take place at Bradenton City Hall. Manatee County is generating support for an event to get more people out of their cars and on their feet or bikes, as the county has received a $5,000 grant for Cyclovia Bradenton. As part of Cyclovia, a major roadway in the county will be closed to vehicle traffic from 9 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon on the last Sunday of March or the first Sunday of April. It'll allow the street to be used in other ways, such as biking, walking, or other activities, maybe rollerblading. I'm sure not those electronic little things, the hovercrafts. The street has not been selected yet, but the city is looking at using a state road, and the event will be an opportunity to raise awareness for pedestrian and bicycle safety as well. Now, it sounds a little like medication, Cyclovia.
Cyclovia.
Did you take your Cyclovia this morning?
It does.
You know, I thought of that.
And I'm like, Cyclovia.
Cyclovia, yes. I need to take some for my cough, my
But
congestion.
you're saying that you can't do the hoverboard.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying it wouldn't make sense because you want people to get.
Doesn't that
But
sound
you
like
want
I'd
people
love
to get
see you
out
right
and
around
exercise.
here on a hoverboard.
Oh.
That'd be fun.
No, you're right. I need the exercise.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't, but like
No,
that's what
but
they're
I
trying
do.
to promote. People get out.
I know, and
use-
hoverboards just don't provide that. That's just an easy glide through,
it's
through
like a
the
scooter
air, right?
or a motorcycle or a car, or so they want people to get out of their motorized vehicle.
There you go. Get on your bike.
Move, just move.
You got to move it, move it.
That's right. Well, we'll be back with a look at our forecast when we come back.
Also coming up, lawmakers in Florida move forward with plans for a special session on toughening gun laws. Details next.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease the new Civic for $169. A well-equipped Civic, just $169. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda, Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Don't miss the 32nd annual Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival, June 25th through July 4th. This year's festival features a kickoff party at the Sarasota Yacht Club, Boats on Main block party, 2 days of aquacross and powerboat racing off Lido Beach, bayfront fireworks, and so much more. Produced by and benefiting Suncoast Charities for Children. For festival info and VIP race day viewing tickets, visit SarasotaPowerboatGrandPrix.org.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get four-wheeler magazines 4x4 of the decade, a new Jeep Wrangler as low as $25,999, or drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for just $19,999. Get a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Florida Leather Gallery.
Money raised during the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival allows Suncoast Charities for Children to provide annual grants to the Suncoast Foundation. Since the festival began, more than $20 million in facilities have been built by the Suncoast Foundation across the area, benefiting Community Haven, Children First, Sarasota County Special Olympics, and the Florida Center for Early Childhood.
Florida Leather Gallery is celebrating the 4th of July with spectacular savings. Take 33% off hundreds of styles. Experience freedom of choice with a wide and wonderful assortment of leathers. Freedom from worry with our impressive collection of protected leathers. And freedom from guilt as we proudly offer the lowest price guaranteed. Plus, free delivery. It's all happening right now. Come celebrate with our Lexperts at our 6 Florida Leather Galleries.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease the new Accord for $189. Just $189 or 0.9% APR. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Oh, it's 79 degrees right now already, and our dew points are high. The humidity is also up there to 82%. The winds are calm this morning, coming in out of the east at around 5 miles per hour. However, all around the state, we're looking at temperatures in the 70s and some 80s as well. Right here along the coastline, temperatures are mostly in the 70s. 84, though, on Longboat Key and Anna Maria. So already we're getting a very warm start to the day. The other feature that we're looking at this morning is the high dew point levels, and that means there's a little bit more moisture in the air. It certainly feels that way when you walk out the door. And if you're looking out towards the west, we're actually seeing some lightning strikes out there with some showers that are developing right now. Most of the rain is starting to gather along the coastline at this hour, so we're going to be seeing the opportunity for some showers popping up this morning, and then those showers are going to transfer into the interior sections later on this afternoon. Right now, though, you'll find that the rains pop up and they look pretty intense, and then they die down very quickly. So that's what's going on at this point. We're now starting to see some showers that are going to be affecting the Sunshine Skyway, and we're also seeing the rains just anywhere along the coast. They'll just start to pop up, and then they're gone before you know it. So this is going to be one of those mornings where you may encounter some showers as you walk out the door. The reason for it is this high pressure system sinking down to the south. It's going to start to change the wind flow, and that wind coming in off the Gulf of Mexico is going to help to set up the showers along the coastline, and then later on this afternoon push them onto the interior section. So that's what we can expect to see. We are going to be getting that coastal rain, morning showers. showers, and then afternoon inland showers. But there's only a 20 to 30% chance of rain for later on today, and our highs will be back up to around 90 degrees. As you can see, this is what it looks like. So those showers are going to be pushing on towards the east, and that takes place throughout the day today. Other showers will be forming over the northern part of the state, and then for Thursday, things become pretty much the same as today. We're going to be seeing those showers mostly developing along the morning hours along the coast and then moving off towards the east. Now out in the Atlantic, we're starting to see a few more clouds developing out here, but still there's nothing to show any kinds of formation or any signs of distress out there, so we don't have to worry about that. And in the Caribbean, it's the same thing, just some of those clouds moving on land, but nothing out in the waterways. And then right here across our own area, across the Gulf of Mexico, there's a low pressure trough right here over the northern Gulf, and that's helping to create some clouds there with the showers that we're seeing across the west coast of Florida. If you're heading out to the beach this morning, we're going to see those winds coming in out of the south throughout the morning hours. During the afternoon, they shift towards the southwest, and it's that flow of air that's going to help to push those rain showers over into the interior sections of the state. So the beach should be nice, 88 degrees for later this afternoon with a Gulf water temperature of 86 degrees. And over the next couple of days, we're going to continue to see our temperatures right around 90 degrees with only a 20 to 30% chance of rain for today and tomorrow. Rebecca.
Thank you, Wendy. As far as your commute right now at 520, it looks like those Palmetto bridges are moving along nicely. A little slow southbound on 41 as you head past Cortez Road and heading south, but no accidents to report there. On the interstate, we are seeing an impediment popping up right now. It's on I-75 southbound. There's a left lane and center lane blocked just after exit 217, which is the State Road 70 exit in the I-75 southbound lane. So be aware that the left lane and center lane are both blocked. We're not seeing slowdowns just yet, but be aware of that. As you head into Sarasota, no major problems. Everything is looking pretty normal at this point in the morning. A little hot spot north on Clark Road on I-75 there, right at that exit at exit 205. And as far as Venice, South County, we're just seeing a little bit of a slowdown on 41 in the Osprey area as you head south towards Nokomis. But other than that, everything is moving along nicely. Well, there's a new poster exhibit taking over the Ringling Museum.
Alice Murphy has all the details.
Circus Celebrities features portraits of talented circus performers and their fantastic accomplishments. These 21 posters offer us a glimpse into the extraordinary art of commercial lithography while enticing us with images of the men and women who entertained the masses in the early 20th century.
One of the things that people seem to enjoy the most about seeing posters in our exhibits is the fact that you get to spend time with them. It's very different than advertising today, and even than images of celebrity. We're shown fleeting images where they fly by on a computer screen or a television. But here, we realize that in the early 20th century, people walking down the road would stop and spend time and really look at a portrait of P.T. Barnum, or look at Ernest Clark and read about his amazing triple twisting somersault. Mayworth is one of the most amazing equestrians to have performed in any circus ring. She came to this country in 1912 to perform in Barnum and Bailey's circus, and she was performing a bareback riding act. She would take a running leap and jump onto the back of a galloping horse and then perform somersaults and twists and dances on the back of that horse. And she would even culminate her act by doing a somersault from the back of one horse to the back of another one. Circus posters were created to be very ephemeral. They were meant to be used and then basically left behind to be destroyed by the elements. And I think it's fascinating for our visitors to see these posters, some of which are almost 140 years old in this particular exhibition, and that they're still here and that they're still colorful. Also, in our world with photography and easy reproduction of exact images, I think it's a wonder to see a hand-drawn portrait created with such accuracy and such beauty and color. This poster exhibition, Circus Celebrities, is a chance for our visitors to see some of the amazing portraiture that comes out of the commercial lithographs of the early 20th century. The circuses were primed to get their business by showing the audiences what attractions they were offering, and that often was specific people with wonderful stories. And these posters show many of those people. With these circus posters, we see some of the earliest beginnings of images of celebrities, of people that would come to dominate the news headlines and be important impacts on communities as they traveled around the country.
Well, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
The pool and trampoline provide lots of summer fun for kids, but they're causing concern for consumers. We'll take a look at this year's list of dangerous toys coming up.
On your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC7, your Suncoast News on Fire TV. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC7, your Suncoast News on the go. Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.
The ability to go to college on a Bright Future Scholarship gave me personally the flexibility to chase a dream. To not have to worry about paying for your college education was absolutely amazing. One step better than that was to leave with no loans. I mean, to start a life, to start a job, to start without having a debt was amazing, and it allowed me to get to where I'm at today.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Welcome back. I didn't know that we were right on. Okay, it's 5:26, and Toyota's recalling over 1 million cars because of a potential airbag problem.
Oh my. Well, Diane Macedo and Kenneth Gibson of ABC have the business headlines.
Good morning. Tapping America's Money, a new airbag problem.
Toyota is recalling 500,000 cars in the U.S. for faulty airbags. They're found in Prius and Lexus models made before 2012.
But these are not made by Takata, which is behind the biggest safety recall in history.
Well, summer, as you know, is a dangerous time for kids. Millions of them go to the emergency rooms after being injured while playing every year.
So how do you keep them safe? Well, a consumer advocacy group is saying avoid dangerous toys. The top 3 on their list: toy guns, hoverboards, and scooters without motors.
And Nike insists it's not recalling its new Premier Slam tennis dress after several players at Wimbledon complained it shows a little too much of them.
Nike asked that players that its sponsors stop by for some alterations, but several players say they're just not wearing the dress.
And that's America's Money.
Have a great day.
America's Money, brought to you by Aleve.
When your pain reliever stops working, your whole day stops.
Excuse me. Try this.
But just one Aleve can last 12 hours. Tylenol and Advil can quit after 6. So live your whole day, not part, with 12-hour Aleve.
General Mills wants me to let you know that we use real stuff to make these cereals tasty. That means no artificial flavors or colors.
I love this new guy.
Big improvement.
Awkward.
It's over. I don't really feel like we fit.
Ready to break up with your bra? Fall in love with Bally Comfort Flex Fit Bras. Designed to shape to fit you perfectly for guaranteed comfort.
This is the one.
Bally Comfort Flex Fit. Love your bra.
At ABC7, our entire weathercast is dedicated to the Suncoast, and now we bring it to you like never before with the all-new official Suncoast forecast.
Beach and boating forecast. The winds will be out of the northwest at 10 knots.
Now, with the most advanced graphics and technology, we bring you weather where you live, pinpointing right down to your neighborhood.
Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront,
the all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. on your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC7, your Suncoast News on Roku. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC7, your Suncoast News on the go.
Well, hurricane season is here, and we'll make sure you're prepared. Watch our hurricane special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
Each year during the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival, local fishing enthusiasts, boat captains, and government agencies volunteer their time to take more than 80 special needs clients out for a day of fishing on Sarasota Bay. It's called the Friendliest Catch. After a day on the water, every participant is a winner and recognized during a special lunch and awards presentation held at the Sarasota Sailing Squadron.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150, Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on-site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to 2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, what started as an attempt to issue an arrest warrant led to an hour-long standoff in Sarasota County.
Plus, state lawmakers are set to decide on holding a special session to change gun laws following the Orlando massacre.
And how the expansion of the Panama Canal could have a positive impact right here on the Suncoast.
Live from the ABC7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And along with Wendy Ross, I'm Don Brennan. Wendy is in for John Scalzi. And it's funny, a neighbor of mine, I was walking my dog Sunday morning, and the neighbor gets out of his car with these big bags. And I said, how you doing? And he said, good, just back in American soil. I said, where were you? He said, Panama.
Really?
And he said, I went hiking this morning. He goes, and this dog led me on this trail. There's just a stray dog, led him all the way to these caverns and stuff. It was like almost like a trail dog. And he said it was like it was almost like a story. Like the dog just happened to, he followed the dog wherever he needed to go, and the dog knew exactly. Just because I was walking my dogs and he had gotten back from Panama.
Hey, I was just in Panama.
Yeah. I said, you go swimming in the canal? He said, no.
You probably would. That sounds awesome.
That is something else. Isn't that amazing?
It is, and it just made me think of it because of the Panama Canal. We'll have more details about that coming up, see?
Yes. Oh.
See how I tie it all together my whole life? It's,
I tell you what,
it's
all paths.
Oh, it's a circle,
all
right.
paths lead there. Okay,
Yes.
That sounds good. That actually sounds good. If you thought you'd like to go to the beach this morning and maybe take a dip in the Gulf of Mexico.
Can I go now?
Good idea?
No, not a good idea because we've got some showers that are popping up along the coastline. So a little bit of a change this morning because over the last couple of days it was perfectly fine to do so. But we are looking at some scattered rains and even some thunderstorms that are popping up along the coastline. It's 79 degrees right now. Our humidity is high. Winds are calm. They're coming in out of the east at this hour. But as you can see all around our area, it is warm out there. Temperatures already already very close to 80 degrees for most locations. And for the most part, the rain showers are just dancing along the coastline. They come on in, they flare up, and then they die down pretty quickly. But it could be a problem for morning commuters this morning. So just keep that in mind. Give yourself a little bit of extra time.
For commuters, but swimming in a downpour, it's actually very liberating. Very liberating. Yes, it is. Taking a look at our roadways. Speaking of liberating, you have been liberated if you're in Bradenton or Palmetto. Everything is moving along, although on 75 there is an obstruction in the roadway. I-75 southbound, the left and center lanes are blocked after mile marker 217, so be aware of that. That is the State Road 70 exit. Right around there, the left lane and center lane are blocked on I-75 southbound. As you move down into South Manatee County and into North Sarasota County, everything is moving along without any problems, and South County is looking good as well.
Well, topping our news this half hour, an attempt to execute an arrest warrant turned into an all-day SWAT standoff at a quiet Sarasota County neighborhood. Yeah, it was really a hairy situation. ABC 7's Ray Collins was there.
It's something the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office does all the time without incident, but not this time.
As deputies responded to an address here and were attempting to serve a warrant, they were confronted by an individual who basically stated he wasn't going back to jail, and we became aware, obviously, that he was armed.
Captain Charlie Thorpe says the man had a significant background with drugs and was going to be arrested again, but he wasn't going willingly. And that's why this quiet neighborhood near Weber and McIntosh turned into a sea of law enforcement vehicles.
I don't even know what to say.
Melissa Pointer says she's lived here all her life and never seen anything like this.
And I mean, I've lived here for 40 years and never any problems.
But on this day, there was a problem that lasted from late morning to late afternoon. And as afternoon turns into evening, neighbors come home for the first time all day. They want to know what's going on, and they're told they can't get back to their houses.
Worked hard all day, just want to go home.
Laura Georgia was told to wait down the block from her house as the hours continued to pass and neighbors and passers-by gathered. Meantime, Captain Thorpe admitted they hadn't talked to the man in 5 hours.
We're trying to reestablish contact with him. This is an individual that we have had some words back and forth with over the phone.
But there was not to be any more back and forth on the phone. The suspect, who didn't want to go back to jail, wouldn't be going back to jail. Is it over? Yeah. Members of the Special Weapons Attack Team went in the home and found the man dead. A forensics unit van went in to process the scene. In Sarasota County, Ray Collins, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And in state news, the Secretary of State has received enough letters to trigger a poll on whether a special session should be held to toughen gun laws. 46 letters from Democrats in the House and Senate were handed in yesterday. They are pushing to toughen laws to prevent known terrorists and those on the FBI watch list and no-fly list from legally obtaining a gun license. The legislation would also require an investigation of anyone removed from the list who still wants to obtain a gun. And turning to national news, the search continues for 3 missing employees following a head-on train collision in Texas yesterday. One crew member was taken to an Amarillo hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and is in stable condition. As for the 3 that are missing, fire-hampered rescue efforts. Investigators have not yet determined exactly what happened, but the trains were on the same railroad track, causing them to hit head-on. Due to burning diesel, nearby residents were mandatorily evacuated from the area, while the others were asked to shelter in place. Donations are now pouring in from all over the Texas Panhandle.
We have several railroad families here, and so I think our community has been pretty informed. And so the fear's been pretty dealt with. They just mainly want to take care of the people now.
Crews are still working to put out that fire. The National Transportation Safety Board has opened an investigation, and the Federal Railroad Administration said it has investigators on site as well.
The recent expansion of the Panama Canal is having positive effects right here on the Suncoast. According to the Herald Tribune, a Port Manatee trade executive says that the expansion will allow for increased cargo through Port Manatee. The port is the closest U.S. deepwater seaport to the canal, and with the expansion, officials expect to see more smaller vessels moving cargo through the Suncoast. The boost in shipments could lead to an increase in jobs And with the expansion and the trade embargo lifted in Cuba, Port Manatee is expecting cargo projects to double over the next 10 years. It already brings in more than $2 billion into the local economy. A War Mineral Springs pilot program is not getting the turnout that Northport officials had hoped for. As part of the program, the springs are open for some longer hours, 9 to 5, then again from 5:30 to 8 in the evening. But because not enough visitors are showing up, the facility is losing money, up to $500 on some days. City officials believe that's due to a lack of advertising, but all of that money lost is coming from Warm Mineral Springs revenues.
We're hoping that as people find out that we have the summer hours, we will have greater participation.
The pilot program runs until the end of August, and commissioners will then decide whether to do it again next year.
And the 11-game losing streak is now behind the Rays, thankfully for them. And Chris Archer was on the mound last night against the Red Sox, and he always has some tough early goings, at least this season. First play of the game, Desmond Jennings saves him from a very rough going on early as he makes a great catch at the wall. Well, in the fourth, they were trailing the Red Sox, and the Rays, well, they cut the lead to 1 via a bases-loaded walk, okay? They didn't even have to swing a bat. You got the run, but they couldn't capitalize any further, and that proved costly. Archer gave up 4 runs, followed by 4 more from the bullpen. The Rays lost 8-2, so they're back in that losing rhythm again.
Just as they
get,
yeah, just as they finally get over that hump.
And what do they say? Momentum's only as good as the next day's starting pitcher. So today everything could change. They play the Red Sox again, then they start a series with the Tigers tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'll have your forecast coming back. So we're going to stay right in the rhythm of that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
We cannot forecast whether the Rays will win, but we can tell you whether it's going to rain or not, right?
Yes, we can do that. Yes, we can.
All right, and will a hospital be coming to Northport? We've talked about it on and on. City leaders are once again working to make that a reality.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Lease a new 2016 Lexus ES350 for only $329 or enjoy 0.9% APR. Just $329. Exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
It's summer blockbuster season at the movies. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, our film critic joins us to rate the top new summer releases. Work can definitely stress us out, so we learned some workplace-appropriate yoga stretches that you can do at your desk. We'll be celebrating Shark Week, and Chef Judy has the best fish sandwiches right here on the Suncoast.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better eater.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Lease the bold new 2016 Lexus RX 350 for only $419, or enjoy 1.9% APR, just $419. Exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Well, the showers are beginning to form out here, and as you can see, we've got the rain showers taking place across Central Florida, but most of the rain is developing along the west coast. So that's what we're looking at right now. We've got the showers right now that are right here along the coastline. The interesting thing is these showers form, they look pretty menacing, but then they die out very quickly. So that's the kind of activity that we're seeing right now. So if you're heading to the beach, just keep that in mind. There might be some lightning strikes out there as well, as we do have some thunderstorms that are forming. Right now you can see right off of Siesta Key, we're getting some of these showers here, and they're all drifting on up towards the north. You may have some problems if you go across the Sunshine Skyway with some rain there. So give yourself a little bit of extra time as you're heading out the door. Notice that down in the Charlotte County area, we've seen some of these heavier rains coming in as well, but they've dissipated just as quickly as they've formed. So that's the kind of morning that we're experiencing. And part of the reason for it is the dew point is so high. So when you see these kinds of dew point levels, then you have to know that rain is pretty much imminent, and that's what we're seeing all across our region with 75 degrees on Longboat Key and Anna Maria as far as dew point is concerned. You get into the interior sections, it's a little bit lower, so we're not seeing the rains developing over the interior sections of our viewing area right now. That comes later on this afternoon. So we do have showers in the forecast for the interior sections of our state. 79 degrees for us right now, the humidity at 82%. And so it feels like walking into a wet blanket outside as you walk out the door this morning. Winds are out of the east at this hour. And as you can see around the state, the warmest temperatures are from central Florida down to the southern sections of our state with readings in the upper 70s and 80s. And that's what's going on here for us as well. We're starting to see a lot of 80s now, especially at the coastline. So part of the reason for all of this is this high pressure system. We talked about it yesterday. It's sinking on down to the south. It's helping to bring these winds up out of the south and west. And so as they move over us, the rain showers are developing along the coastline. There's enough moisture to allow for it. And so we get those coastal morning showers. Then we're going to see those showers moving inland later on this afternoon, and we're going to be seeing daytime highs back up into the 90s. Now keep in mind, we're only looking for about a 30% chance of rain today, but already some places are getting 100% of that. So you can see the rains developing over the central part of the state later on this afternoon. Around 4 o'clock, we'll see those showers. And then during the overnight hours, not so much activity, but tomorrow morning we start the process all over again, and we'll see some of those coastal showers once again tomorrow morning. We are looking at a little bit of cloud cover out here in the Atlantic. Nothing that's showing any signs of development right now. And farther into the tropics, we do have some cloud cover moving over land, but we don't have anything that's showing any signs of development, and it's also very quiet out in the Gulf of Mexico right now. So that's always some good news to report. As you can see, for the next couple of days, only a 30% chance of rain through Thursday. We are going to see 40 to 50% chances, though, starting on Friday, and we have daytime highs back up around 90 degrees. Rebecca?
Thank you, Wendy. Taking a look at your commute right now at 548. Looks pretty good out of Palmetto. No major slowdowns on the bridges there. The only issue I'm seeing in Manatee County right now is on I-75. There is a couple lane blockages due to a problem there. We're not sure if it's an accident just yet or not, but it's at exit 217 and 217A and B, which is State Road 70 exit I-75 southbound. That left lane and center lane is blocked right now, but I'm not seeing delays because of that. Taking a look at 41 and the interstate as you head into Sarasota, and there are no slowdowns there. Everything is moving along well. So are the arteries out to 75. Those are clear. And as you head down into South County, it looks like Venice, Northport, everything is moving along nicely there. Well, June is Men's Health Month.
Now, ABC 7's Alex Redmond has the breakdown of the most common medical conditions affecting men.
If you are a man, you have a 50-50 lifetime risk of heart disease from age 40 on, says cardiologist and concierge Dr. Daniel Cooper.
If men get diagnosed earlier and risk factors be addressed earlier, you may be able to really prevent heart disease. and reduce the events of heart attacks.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of male death in the U.S.
Men usually in their 40s and 50s are usually extremely busy, they're successful in their careers, they have high anxiety.
Blood pressure is one of the main reasons people can develop heart disease and suffer heart attacks, explains Dr. Cooper.
Simply by modifying risk factors, you may be able to prevent an unexpected heart attack in your 40s and 50s.
Between ages 60 and 79, coronary heart disease affects men twice as much as women, and after that, it goes up exponentially.
Young men are often very healthy, but we have risk factors in terms of lifestyle.
Fourth-year med student Jeff Wunderlich says that he's noticed in his experience that men don't seem to take care of themselves as well as women when it comes to going to the doctor.
The solution is to take care of yourself and make a schedule and be efficient, and that'll lead to a longer life.
The CDC finds cancer the second leading cause of death in men in the U.S.
Prostate cancer is age-related, difficult to prevent. I mean, there's been some thought that perhaps decreasing caloric intake, avoiding fatty foods, exogenous hormones, the administration of testosterone, I think is dangerous.
Colon cancer can't be prevented, but the CDC finds early detection saves lives. Start prevention health screenings at age 50 or earlier.
I think a real big issue has to do with lung cancer, which is the second most common deadly form of cancer in men. And that's almost completely tobacco related. Over 90% of cases of lung cancer in men is related to the use of tobacco products, and it's something which is completely preventable.
Reporting in Sarasota, Alex Redmond, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Northport is again trying to bring a hospital to that city.
Yeah, city commissioners are voting unanimously to create a task force to look into building a hospital. The committee will consist of doctors, surgeons, and administrators, but no date has been set just yet on when they'll meet. Earlier this year, though, city officials worked with an outside consultant to put together an application to the state's Agency for Healthcare Administration. But after speaking to 8 different hospital groups, all declined to work with the city to build a facility.
New research shows there's a simple way to reduce your risk of heart attack, and the answer may be right on your dinner plate.
Fish are a great source of omega-3 fatty acids. Researchers have found that those who eat food with omega-3s cut their risk of deadly heart attacks by 10%. Omega-3 is also good for blood pressure and controlling the level of fat in blood as well. Besides fish, omega-3s can also be found in nuts and in seeds. All right, well, stay with us.
We'll be right back.
That's right.
Together.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
Some people look at ways to save money. That's probably not the best way to save money. I think flood insurance is important anywhere you live in Florida.
More than 2/3 of Floridians do not have flood insurance. As we enter the heart of the hurricane season, find out what kind of coverage experts recommend here on the Suncoast. I'm Alan Cohn. We'll have that story plus a roundtable discussion.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
At ABC 7, it's all about being here for you. Introducing ABC 7 News at 7 with award-winning investigative journalist Alan Cohn. In-depth reporting and debate on important issues and stories in our community with a featured topic of the day and a live roundtable discussion with community leaders and newsmakers. Plus a quick recap of the day's top stories and weather. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. Now more than ever, we're here for you, Suncoast.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, our film critic reviews the summer blockbusters, plus yoga stretches at work, Shark Week, and the best fish sandwiches. Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
College is the best starting line a Florida student could have.
Since earning my degree at the University of Florida, I've gone on to be a NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Rookie of the Year and a team owner in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series. Thanks to the Florida Lottery, many more students will be off to the races with a brighter future. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get America's best value, a new Grand Caravan for just $18,999 or a new Dodge Journey for just $16,999. Stop by today to shop the area's biggest selection of Ram trucks and save up to $8,000 on your new Ram. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
All right, for most kids, school is out for summer, but for an 8-year-old boy in Michigan, class is in session. For just 25 cents, Gabe Fulmerhauser is offering history lessons. Customers can sit at Gabe's stand and listen to some historical tidbits about topics like the Civil War and American presidents. The rising third grader says he has loved history since he was 3 years old, all the way back to 3 years old, so he wanted to share his passion with others.
One of his things that he loves to do is to have veterans talk to veterans. So my hope would even be that some veterans come over and are able to share war stories with him.
Not only for money to give people knowledge, not only for knowledge, just to change the world.
Gabe says he wants to donate the money he makes to charity. He plans to keep running his lessons all summer long. I want to give Gabe a little tidbit on his business. Not that I'm a good businessman, but
What?
It's summer. Nobody wants to learn during the summer.
Well, everybody has to do summer homework now. Remember, we reported that yesterday. But he's passionate about this.
They want to go to the pool. They want to run in the park. They want to fly a kite. Something.
For a history buff, saying this is kind of funny to me.
But sometimes your brain needs a little break.
All right, Donnie.
Just like exercise, you take a break and it helps.
I'm all for it. I say do what you love. It's 5:56. We'll be right back.